Hello my friends, let's go to the front lines. We have some of the update coming in Pokrovsk and Mirnograd direction. The fight is ongoing for Rodinsk, where Ukraine started the counterattack. On this map it's not visible, but Russians definitely stated that Ukraine tries to push and take some of the positions, which were previously lost around 3 months ago. And here is the Russian map, so you can see this is Rodinsk and expansion of the gray zone into the settlement. There is the Ukrainian counterattack. Well, Russia also attacks, but for the recent update, Russians just shared this information that Ukraine was successful. They're not even stating about Russian successful attacks elsewhere on the front lines. I mean, this Rebar channel, on this channel there is still some of the Russian propaganda, but it is less compared to other Russian channels. Also, Russians are confirming the data about the kabooms happening near the ports of Berdyansk and Mariupol. Ukraine targeted 5 of the ships altogether, 2 of them near Taganrog and 3 near Berdyansk. Those ships are of course the legitimate target for Ukraine. They continue to operate even in occupied territories, yes, with the foreign crew members, but those are the targets. Plus, Russians are showing a very terrible situation for them, starting from Taganrog, then Mariupol, and in Yurivka it's on the way to Crimea, Melitopol, so supply route is being cut. Moreover, Russia released the order to halt all of the commercial supplies. It's a new order in addition to the previous one. All of the commercial transportation, basically buses, are forbidden to use this road on the way to Crimea, R280. This is the name of the road. It's letter R in Russian. This is not P. P in English, letter P in Russian is like this. So it means that the only way for the Russian passengers to reach Crimea or to exit Crimea is via the Kerch Bridge. Guys, just a short reminder, as usual, please press like to this video and subscribe for the channel. Both 2 actions are for free and they help this channel a lot. And if you can, you may support my job on Patreon, the link for it in the video description right below, or join membership of YouTube channel. Thank you guys, you're awesome, and let's continue with the video. Right, in the Kharkiv region, Russians tried to build the pontoon bridge across the Volcha River. They used this truck, kind of the big one that was hit by the drone. So here is the Mad Max style, absolutely. Oh my god, it's really big thing they have out there. And Ukraine met this truck, of course, with drones. And here is the river itself. As you might see, the bridge is gone. And Russians weren't capable to build a new one nearby. Yeah, the usual thing for Russians, logistics has been cut by the drones. Alright, in Crimea, Ukraine intensified the strikes on the trains. For the last week, at least 4 of the trains were hit and 2 at the same day. So Ukraine hits Russian trucks, Russian trains and Russian ships, 3 of the very important logistics capabilities of Russia. Well, of course, Russians struggle without the proper supplies, and they still hesitate to use the Kerch Bridge. Very strange. They need fuel. Fuel is very critical for absolutely everything, so there should be the reason why Russia is not willing to send those trains across the Kerch Bridge. Probably they're afraid that the trains could be hit on the Kerch Bridge. A strike on a fuel train may disable the Kerch Bridge for a very, very long time, plus it's the reputational loss for Russia, so I see logic there, maybe, why they're not using the bridge. And some people in Crimea, they filmed those videos of how they use horses. Well, horses is the tradition, the new one of the Russian army, and I guess it's the general Russian tradition, but it's very hot out there. You see, this is the queue for the gas station, but for horse it doesn't need it, but it needs some of the food and, yeah, shadow to stay there, because it's damn hot. And the strikes on the Russian logistics continue. Those are the engineering vehicles of the Russian Federation, some of the companies, some of the trucks, and everything was covered by the blast and everything is burning there. And yeah, those corpses are all around in Mariupol, in Donetsk, far away from the front lines, closer to the front lines. The range of the drones has been increased and Ukraine is very, very effective with every day. And honestly, it's hard to tell what Russians could use to protect their supplies. I don't see any sort of the variant, honestly. Maybe, yeah. There is nothing they may use. Yeah, some of the losses among Russian refueling trucks. This one was hit and was burning, but stayed alive as the vehicle. I remember those same vehicles were filmed as the convoy on the way to Crimea. Well, at least one, I guess, was hit. Well, Russia has multiple of them, but they struggle, definitely. Russians are freaking out even in Murmansk. Those are the nuclear submarines of the Russian army. They carry nuclear weapons, and those are baby-faced cadets of the Russian Navy. And you see what is that? You see what they have on those submarines? Nets, yes, and some of them, what is that, grill on the top. Well, those silly nets, they're useless. They will not protect those submarines against very heavy long-range drones. FPV standard small ones, yes, but not in this case. So the reality for Russians is very frightening for their military, for their navy, because even in Murmansk port, which is for now unreachable by Ukrainian drones, they're taking care, at least using something, some of the nets. Interesting, a Russian colonel who was the head of the automobile transport department of the main armored directorate of the Russian Defense Ministry has been arrested. Interesting, Colonel Dmitry Nastoyashi has been arrested and is accused of receiving bribes on particularly large scale. Wow! By the time Russia crucially needs auto transport, supplies, logistics, this guy was probably responsible for everything of that. The information comes from Astra channel and it was published yesterday. I think it's correct because it was also confirmed by some of the Russian media. That's what I read. Alright, this night Ukraine launched a massive aerial attack on Russian infrastructure, and we already have multiple of the videos from multiple regions of Russia. Let's go step by step. Many strikes again happen in St. Petersburg region of Russia, so Leningrad Oblast, for example, this ammunition storage was hit. And this is just for you to hear the audio. The secondary kabooms are happening at this particular ammunition storage, which is gigantic. The storage belongs to the 15th Russian Navy, and it is gone. Probably. Maybe partially, maybe fully, we'll see, but multiple of the kabooms are happening, so Russia lost lots of the weapons there, maybe caliber cruise missiles which are being launched from the Russian ships. Fantastic job. And again, kabooms were also heard in Kronstadt factory. It is also a port where Ukraine recently hit one of the big Russian ships, Boyki, corvette. Well, locals report that the facility is again under the strike. They also tell that the repair facility might be hurt quite hard. Some eyewitnesses are telling about kabooms happening. This was filmed from St. Petersburg itself, and here's the air defense probably in operation because a small plum in the skies. But there is definitely, in this side, the fire coming from the ground. The Russian officials has already reported that in Leningrad Oblast alone they've shot down 75 of Ukrainian drones. Do we believe that number? Well, maybe, but do they shut down them all? No. Why don't you open this curtain? Come on. Judging on the sound, it could be very interesting to watch. And this is the look on the Gulf of Finland, so something is burning on the ground here and something is burning on the ground there. This looks like that arsenal, the white cloud, and this looks like the Kronstadt factory. I hope that Ukraine will publish those images from the drones this morning, as soon as possible. And one more image of the burning Kronstadt. I wonder why Ukraine didn't do it yesterday, by the time Putin was addressing something with his speech on the St. Petersburg Forum. Maybe still, you know, there is some sort of the break because Donald Trump would not like it, but yeah, Donald Trump doesn't have that leverage on the Ukraine. He likes Putin, it's understandable, so Ukraine continues the strikes, but not directly on Russian leader for whatever reason. This is really close and very low. Luty or FP2? Yeah, FP2 looks like. FP1, FP2, they're more sharp, and the Luty, it's more aerodynamically smooth. Yeah, those drones, it's like a wake-up call for Russians who live there. And they're surprised, I'm sure. This Russian says that it's the 12th drone already flying near his house.
Ну не дай бог в бэху мои троните, блядь. Дай поспай, гандон, блядь.
He woke up because of the sound and he started to film those drones, and yeah, he's angry. He also swears about his car, BMW or BMW. He say that, just don't hit my car, or what? By the way, the guy lives in a wonderful place. Probably he has lots of the money to live there. Fantastic. Really nice. And this is already an occupied territory of Ukraine, Mariupol, some of the poor camera job, but what we see that the port of Mariupol is on fire. Something is burning there. Maybe Russian munition, but a small volcano, definitely. And one of the intercepted drone went straight to the Russian garages. Maybe someone's BMW or Lada were damaged or gone. Oreshnik style, yeah. Russians used Oreshnik on Ukrainian garages, so Ukraine pays back hitting the Russian garages. Well, actually, yeah, that's the drone interception. And here's the Russian oil base in Ust-Labinsk, Krasnodarsky Krai, caught on fire and caught on this video. Fantastic operation of Ukrainian drones. Awesome. And it's a morning time already in Ust-Labinsk. Here's the most recent image showing multiple of the tanks on fire in one of the local oil bases. And reading Russian channels, I also see that the attack is happening in Crimea, Sevastopol. Wow. And the Russians already reported that they've shot down 2 of the Ukrainian drones. We'll see. The attack has just begun and it will continue, but we already have images coming. Alright, so-called peace through strength. Pentagon likely to cancel missile sale to Germany over fears of Russia. They're selling the missiles. Here they speak about Tomahawks. Germany was on the way to receive those missiles, but the delivery was postponed, at least for now, the program itself, because United States afraid of escalation. Again, we're coming to this wonderful word that politicians like and military officials, it seems like, in the West. Yes, it was introduced by Jake Sullivan under the previous administration. Well, the current administration does absolutely the same. They afraid to escalate, so let's not support our allies. This is crazy. America destroys itself. Alright guys, as for this video, that's it, and please join me on Patreon. The link for it is in the video description right below, or join membership of YouTube channel by pressing button join right on YouTube platform. There is the button, special button for that, and by doing so you are making this content possible. Also, don't forget to press a like to this video and subscribe for the channel. My friends, you are awesome. I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are, and have a great time.